Hello, Sushi here, and today we have a very special video. So, just the other day, pretty recently, I met this guy. Chess is fun, whatever, whatever, whatever. And I played with him. He whooped me in one game, the but then there was another game where I kind of like tricked him into blundering. And I see this little thing, like, what, what is this? What is this thing? Closed for fair play. Very interesting. So, what's even more interesting is, well, what is this sign over here? One? Does that mean that I won against I beat Stockfish? Like, that's crazy. And to be honest, I really don't think he was cheating this game. Yeah, I really don't think he's cheating this game. He's apparently not legitimately 2054. Whatever, but I didn't really find anything strange about this game. All of the moves he played were logical, and I kind of tricked him into blundering at the end. I don't really know what happened, but so anyway, we're going to kind of go through it. So in this game, yeah, like 84% accuracy is kind of pathetic. Unless you like mix some of his own moves in there, he's actually like a 1200. And honestly, like I felt like we were in VC, we were kind of like talking to each other, having fun. I didn't really suspect anything. I thought he was just like a good player, just like messing around. Um, so yeah, like during the game, I did not suspect anything, and then coming home, I went to socials, I went to friends, as I always do, spying on friends, and I see this little symbol. So I'm gonna cover this game. This is where I tricked him into blundering. So I remember we were in VC. He says, I'm gonna play D4 because why not? And he said some stuff in the VC that was like kind of weird. I didn't really think that much of it. Looking back, I guess it makes a bit more sense. He was like asking me, because the game that I lost, he was like, "Oh, what is this opening called again?" I was like, "Oh, it's a Grand Prix attack. Like, don't you know it?" And yeah, and he was like, and like when he was like describing moves to me, he would like struggle to find the right coordinates. And I didn't really think that much of it. I just thought he was just like a good, like a self-learned player that's just really good. So he just like thinks in terms of like visual memory. He's not like, oh, like, Hikaru would be like, oh, like bishop c4, a3, blah, 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 blah. He's just like self-learned, so he doesn't know algebra, this kind of like notation. That's just kind of like what I thought at the time. But anyway, um, so he was like, oh, I'll play d4, because why not? I was like, I'll play this move, because why not? And he's, it's a legitimate move. And there was like banter back and forth. And then here, I play this move, and he's like, oh, that's such a disrespectful move. Um, it's just like fun banter. Of course, like, nothing was suspicious about this game. It was suspicious how bad he played. So here I was kind of like inspired by Eric Hansen, GM Eric Hansen, legendary Canadian player. Not as good as XQC, but he's alright. He's an alright player. He's been doing a hippo speed run, so I've been kind of inspired. I play against E4. I still play E5 because there's a lot of fun stuff that can happen. There's a lot of like boring stuff that can happen too, but D4, like basically nothing fun is ever gonna happen. So I'm like, you know what? I don't like playing D4, D5. I'm just gonna play this like stupid shit. So I get my hippo set up. Here he closes the position right away. And I'm always scared of players that play this quick c-pawn move and put the knight behind it, because there's always this kind of a break, and I don't really know what I'm supposed to do against that. Because so next move. That's pretty interesting. So let's say like they do this. What am I supposed to do? I don't even know. But he plays this move. I was kind of expecting it. Oh yeah, and like the past like 5 moves, he's just like castle, please castle, and I just kind of like refuse to castle. I think normally I would play this move, but I kind of like succumb to the pressure. I'm like, fine, I'll castle, which is probably the best move, but like against trash 1500 players, I kind of get rewarded for playing bad moves a lot of the time. Computer suggestion to counterattack and open things up while my king is over here. That's pretty interesting. I'll keep that in mind, but I don't think I'm going to be playing that anytime soon. So the guy plays here, looking to target this pawn. I do not remember why I played that move. But yeah, I really don't remember why I played that move. So here, computer says takes, but I don't know. This is really scary. You get the bishop in, you get the queen in. That's really scary. I just wanted to. I saw this double attack on the pawn, one defender. I just wanted to defend. And also, like, computer says this is lukewarm, so I really don't think he was cheating this game, because he was like, no, you got to go king h7. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure he wasn't, like, I'm almost certain he wasn't cheating this game. Yeah, so here he said I had to go bishop g7, and he was like fumbling his coordinates. He's like, bishop g7, and also knight g8. So he was like fumbling around. I didn't think much of it, you know, like it's not that suspicious. If you're like self-learned, it's not that suspicious. Anyway, I dropped back to defend this guy. I think I actually wanted to get out of the way of this rook, because at any point he can play f4. So here he plants the bishop over here. I think I try to like dislodge it. Yeah, I tried to dislodge it right away, because this bishop is way too powerful. Look at it. Yeah, so I tried to dislodge this bishop. I did not see that. This queen move, it's, in retrospect, it's pretty obvious, but like, this is so powerful. If I take, you replace with the queen. What am I doing here? Yeah, so I think this was kind of like, he mentioned this move too. Like, I needed to play this move because I was scared of the pressure on h6. And let's say like 2 attackers here, I'm fine. Like this bishop is guarding it, but I also feel like the knight, like it's not very good on this square. I can reroute it here, or I can maybe like move the bishop somewhere. I don't know. So here he launches the pawns. I felt like these were, computer doesn't like these moves. I thought they were really strong moves, just like my feeling playing the game. I'm not really sure why I played this move. I think my idea was to take queen trade, and then if you take for the pawn, I can target the pawn. I think that was my idea, but here, so the problem is that if takes, I can't take back with the a pawn because the rook is hanging because the bishop is moving. I guess I could take with the bishop and then take, but whatever. Here, takes with the pawn. I don't remember why I played this move. Why did I play this move? Oh, I think I was trying to prevent knight coming in. Right, so here I had to defend the threat. And then here, I actually asked him about something. I saw something, so again, this kind of like reinforced him kind of like fumbling his notation, is that, or like the way he talked about moves. His explanation was very weird. I mean, I wasn't suspicious. I just thought, I don't know, I just didn't really understand what he was saying. But what I saw here, he moved the queen. What did he do? Yeah, he pressured this guy that was already guarded. Um, so what I asked him about during the game is this. I was like, didn't you just win a pawn? Like, couldn't you have taken, bishop takes and win the pawn? But yeah, so I was kind of confused about that. He explained it, but I didn't really understand the explanation. So at any point he could have won the pawn. Yeah, yeah, and these series of pawn moves are kind of like, I'm just gonna say people at my level, like people at the 2000 level would absolutely play these moves, but people at my level wouldn't, because we don't really understand pawn play. I'm just gonna be very frank here. We don't understand pawn play at all. So making these series of like breaking moves, because you look at this like these moves down, like the all these pawn moves he played. He doubled my a pawn, and at any point, this pawn is dead. There's zero way to defend it. And then he plays this pawn move over here, and I can't really do much. Like if I take it, like my structure is so bad. But I think I do have. I think I ended up taking. Oh no, I just defended. Like if I took it's such a bad position for me. Here. Oh yeah, and then here we had the same kind of discussion. I was like, why not take he kept saying like he doesn't want to take this, and I was like, why not? Like a pawn's a pawn. And then what he said is that this bishop on this square is a god. It's like restricting my movement, which makes sense. I understand it. I just didn't understand why he couldn't take it and then go back the next when he really needed to. He was saying this is really restrictive. It's attacking this pawn that's already over defended. So I didn't really understand why this wasn't a good move, but he was really reluctant to play it. And so this is like the decisive moment in the game. And when he played it, he's like, oh, like, there's a move that I'm scared of. Like, I don't, like, see, I'm kind of conflicted. Like, on one hand, he might have cheated. It doesn't seem like it, but he might have. He might have cheated a few moves. But he was saying he didn't want to take this because he's scared of my response to it. So I felt like no matter what I responded, it would just trade, and then he moved his bishop back. I have all the same problems as I did before, except now he's won some material, and he's primed to win this other pawn like pretty soon. He There's a lot of ways to like win this back. But anyway, when he said this, he said he was scared of the move I was gonna play. So I played rook takes. And instantly he moved his king. I was like, what? What was that? Like this made no sense. And then this is kind of weird. I just kind of thought that he's actually a good player, but in VC he's really bad because he's really distracted. And I really felt like I got one over on this 2000 player. Like our banter, I really got to him. That's kind of what I thought. So when this move happened, and this was like the only time, like I didn't think he was cheating, but I was like, if he was cheating, like this was really suspicious to me what he said. So I was like, wait, what? Why did you do that? And he was like, oh, like I was in check, blah blah blah. I was like, couldn't your knight take? And he's like, oh, I didn't see that. So that, I think that was like the most, I guess, suspicious thing about about the whole game, is that he didn't see knight takes rook. Like a 2000 player not seeing that. That is unbelievable. So he played here. I played, yeah, and he was like, oh, I didn't see that. Oh, but I think it's okay. And then I played this move. He's like, oh no, it's not okay. Yeah, this isn't okay because now the rook is hanging, So if he takes my rook, I win the rook back. So in this position, he resigned. This is a computer. You know, like at the end of the game, computer just plays random moves. Uh, Chess is fun. 2408 did not play this move. This is he resigned in this position. So that was it was an interesting game. Actually, like throughout the game, he was telling me like, "Oh, this is the best move. This is the best move." So I wasn't actually playing. I was just playing the moves he told me to play. But anyway, it's a pretty fun game. And yeah, I can beat a cheater in chess to my resume. So anyway, peace out.